movement, but in perfect balance. That's what we're going to be working on today. Hi everyone, and welcome to Exercise for Health. I'm Richard, and today's video we'll be looking at different exercises we can do day to day to improve our balance and stability. In part one of this series we looked at balancing in a standing position, trying to remain still for 10 seconds, which was fun. If you haven't watched that video, then click on the pop-out banner because it's worth testing your balance first with exercise in that one before trying this part two where I'm going to get you to balance your body through controlled movement. Exercise in this video will give you the chance to progress your balance in a functional sense, as our balance is normally compromised when we're on the move. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button below, as we do videos like this every week. Safety first then, I would suggest conducting these exercises with shoes on. That will support your ankles as we are balancing on the move. More stress is placed on the ankle and the joints in the feet. It's also worth having something sturdy nearby to grab in case you lose your balance, but at the same time you'll also need a space to try the exercises out. As with part one, I will try to progress the exercises in terms of their difficulty, so don't feel you have to perform all of these, just those that you find challenging, but at an appropriate level that does not cause you to lose your balance entirely. If you manage to get through all of them, then I take my hat off to you and you must have a very good sense of balance. So let's get straight to it. Right, the aim then is to practice each of these exercises for about 30 seconds to a minute, where you find that you're in complete control of the movement. If you find that you're a little bit too wobbly, then obviously don't try and progress on to the next one. But if you find it relatively easy, then I would suggest then try the next one out. So the first one we're going to do is heel raises. And with this one, you want your feet about shoulder width wide. You can be near something to hold on to if you need to, but I don't want you to physically hold on to anything because that's going to make balancing easier. So we're going to do it without holding on. The movement is to lift the heels up off the floor and then lower the heels back down to the ground. So I'm coming up onto the balls of the feet and then controlling it back down again. So it should be a slow, controlled movement, and you can do that for about 30 seconds to a minute. And if you find that you're not wobbling too much and you're in good control, then you can then progress and try the next one. So the next one we're going to go on to is clockwork toe taps. Now for this one, you're kind of going to be on one foot, but think of a clock face on the floor. So I've got 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So with one foot, I'm going to go clockwise for the right foot. So I'm going to tap my toes at 12, then tap my toes at 3, tap my toes at 6, and then tap the toes at 9, and then come back to the centre. And then I'll do the same with the other foot, but in the left foot, I need to go anti-clockwise. So I'm going to tap my toes at 12, tap the toes at 9, tap the toes at 6, and tap the toes at 3, and then come back to the centre. Now as you're doing this exercise, there's hardly any weight being placed through the toe tap that's on the floor. All the weight is staying on that centre foot, and you should find that you're trying to, then that's obviously going to, as you're moving the foot round, that's going to try and compromise your balance a little bit. So that's stage 2. If you can manage that one, we're then going to go into a walking one next, and this is the tightrope walk. So for this one, I'm going to place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot, walking in a straight line, and then I step forwards again. So heel directly in front of the toes, step down, and then bring the other one forwards. So that's like a, what we call tandem feet or tightrope walk. And then you can even, if you want to, you can even try this going backwards. So I'm going to go toes to heel, and then drop down. Same again, toes to heel, and drop down. So it's just a slow, controlled movement as I'm walking forwards and backwards. Okay, so that's the third one. Right, the next one is going to be up on the balls of the feet again, but this time we're going to stay up on the balls of the feet. So rather than moving up and down like we did on the first one, we're actually going to be walking with it. So I'm going to walk forwards, keeping the heels up off the floor. As I walk forwards, again it should be in a controlled movement, and then I can also try this one, walking backwards, staying up on the balls of the feet. Okay, so that's the next one. If you can manage that one okay, move on to the one after that. This one's a little bit harder, similar, but we're going to lift the toes up off the floor, so we're up onto the heels. So I'm walking onto the heels of the feet with my squeaky trainers going forwards, and then again try that going backwards if you can. So I'm always trying to lift the foot and the toes up off the floor, so it's just the heels that are making contact as I walk. If you can manage that one, we're then going to do a walk, but this next one is going to be sideways. So this is called the karaoke, Normally when people do this, athletes do this one, but they do it quite quickly to get a lot of hip movement. We're just going to do it as a slow walk to the side. So this one's my lead leg. I'm moving to the right. So my right leg's obviously the lead leg at the moment. So I'm going to bring my left foot across in front of the right foot and bring it round. Then my right foot steps forwards, so I'm back with my feet parallel. And then the left foot will then step behind to cross them over. Then my right foot forwards to make it parallel. So I do one that goes in front, step, and then one that goes behind. Then I can reverse it to go the other way. So I'm going to left foot leads. So I'm going to bring my right foot across in front of the left one. Left foot steps round, and then right foot goes behind to make that crossover of the legs. Left foot steps round. So that's a karaoke walk. You should find that one a little bit more challenging. Right, we've got two more. The next one is going to be distributing your weight from one foot to the other foot. So I call it rock the boat. So what I'm going to do is have all my weight on one leg. My other leg's going to be up in the air, and then I'm going to switch and then back again. So as we're doing this, we want to just try and pause for a split second when we're on that foot. That wasn't a very good one. So as I move across, I've got the weight on that leg, pause just for a couple of seconds, and then reverse it to go back onto the other side, like so. Okay, so there's not really much time. I'm not actually stepping down with both feet on the ground and then lifting the other one up. As soon as that foot touches the ground, this one should already be on the way back up again. Okay, so that's the rock the boat. If you can manage that one, then we're on to the last one. This is the hardest one. So we're going to be walking, but we're going to also move your upper body forwards and backwards. So that's going to try and really compromise your balance a little bit, in the sense that your head's moving quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step forwards. So I've got my left foot forwards. My right hand is going to either tap the inside of my knee, or if we've got better mobility or flexibility, go down to the ankle, then come back up. Then I just take a step my right foot. While I'm on my right foot, my left foot's up. So now my left hand's going to come down to tap the inside of my right knee, or if you go further down, inside of the right ankle, come back up, and then you go again. So it's a walking step, but with this bend where you're going to try and go down and touch the foot. Then you can even try this one going backwards. So I can step back on the right foot, left foot goes behind, left hand comes down to tap somewhere down on the inside of the leg, come back upright, take a step back and switch. Okay, so that's a lot harder, where your upper body's moving quite a lot while you're trying to balance on that one leg. That should make it a little bit more difficult. So well done if you managed to get through all those. What we'll do now is we'll look at some balancing aids that you can actually purchase that will help you then perform some of those exercises if you want to take up to another level. So there are aids on the market you can purchase and use to improve your balance at home, such as a physio wobble board or the air cushion I used in part 1 video. The benefit with these is that you can also use them to progress your basic exercises, where you can include balance and what's called proprioception training as part of the movement, like doing a squat while balancing on the training aid. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to take a look at these ones that I have. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and it gives you something to take away and practice. Remember, strength exercises, particularly of the lower limbs, like sit to stands, split squats, step ups, lunges, calf raises, and strengthening your core muscles will also help improve your balance. So make sure you continue to do those exercises at least twice a week. Keep moving, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click here to subscribe to this channel, or click here to watch a recent video. See you soon.